Hello student, today we will discuss projectile motion. The motion of an object is called two-dimensional if two of the three coordinates required to specify the position of the object in space change with respect to time. In such a motion, the objects move in a plane. For example, a billiard ball moving over the billiard table. Two special cases of motion in two dimensions are first, projectile motion, second, circular motion. So first, projectile motion. When an object or a projectile is released from rest or projected vertically upwards or downwards, then the motion of the object remains restricted to the vertical straight line. But when it is thrown in some other direction through the atmosphere under the effect of gravity alone, then it follows a curved path or parabolic, and it is known as projectile motion. For example, a bullet fired from a gun. In this motion, assumptions used in projectile motion. First, there is no air resistance on the projectile. Second, the effect due to curvature of earth is negligible. Third, the effect due to rotation of the earth is negligible. Fourth, for all points of trajectory, the acceleration due to gravity g is constant in magnitude and direction. So, oblique or angular projection. The motion of a projectile is a two-dimensional motion, so it can be discussed in two parts: horizontal motion or vertical motion. These two motions take place independent of each other. The velocity of the particle can be resolved into two mutually perpendicular components: horizontal component and vertical component. The horizontal component remains unchanged throughout the flight. The force of gravity continuously affects the vertical component. The horizontal motion is a uniform motion and the vertical motion is a uniformly accelerated or retarded motion. Suppose a projectile or object is projected or fired with initial velocity u, making an angle theta with the horizontal from point O origin at t equal to 0. Here in the diagram, here it is x-axis, here it is y-axis. Any body or object or projectile projected from origin O at t equal to 0 with initial velocity u. Initial velocity resolved in two parts. First part, horizontal component ux equal to u cos theta, and vertical component uy is equal to u sin theta. Okay, the velocity u has two rectangular components. First, the horizontal component u cos theta, which remains constant throughout the motion. Second, the vertical component u sin theta, which changes with time under the effect of gravity. Under the combined effect of the above two components, the body follows the parabolic path OAB. Here, parabolic path OAB. Here it is maximum height. Here it is range, represent with capital R. X-axis, Y-axis. Here highest position at point A. Suppose at point P at time t, here component of P is xy. Okay, here velocity is v. Velocity at point P resolve in two parts. First part vx horizontal component and vertical component vy. Okay, vy decrease, and at the point highest point A, vy is equal to 0, and here only vx. Okay, next, equation of trajectory of a parabolic path means a projectile. Okay, so suppose the body reaches the point P. Here xy is coordinate of point P. Okay, after time t, we can assume the projectile to be moving under a constant acceleration a, whose components are ax and ay. Clear? Taking the vertically upward direction as the plus y-axis. So ax is equal to 0 and ay is equal to minus g. Okay, as there is no acceleration along x-axis and g acts vertically downward. Therefore, the horizontal distance covered by the body in time t, x equal to ux t plus half ax t square. Okay, from Newton's equation of motion second, or x equal to u cos theta horizontal component into t plus half into 0 into t square, since ux equal to u cos theta and ax equal to 0, or x equal to u cos theta into t, or t equal to x upon u cos theta. It is equation first. Clear? Okay, so next The position of object at any time t along the vertical direction is y equal to ui into t plus half ay into t square, or y equal to ui vertical component of initial velocity, so u sin theta into t plus half into minus g into t square, since ui is equal to sin theta and ay is equal to minus g, or y equal to u sin theta into t minus half g t square. Clear? It is equation second. Putting the value of t from equation first into equation second, we get y equal to u sin theta into t. So put the value of t from equation first. X upon u cos theta minus half g into t square means x upon u cos theta whole square, or y equal to u cancel, so x tan theta sin theta upon cos theta tan theta minus half g upon u square cos square theta into x square. It is equation third. Equation third represents the equation of path or trajectory of the particle. For a given projectile motion, u, theta are constants, hence the equation third is in the form y equal to ax minus bx square, where a is equal to tan theta and b equal to half g upon u square cos square theta are constants. This is equation of parabola. Hence, path followed by object in projectile motion is a parabolic. Clear? Next, time of flight represent with capital T. It is the total time for which the object is in a flight, that is remains in air while going from O to B. So see in the figure from time taken from O to A, it is represent with T1, here A to B represent with T2. So total time from O to B is called time of flight, means capital T equal to T1 plus T2, that is the total time taken by projectile to go up and come down to the same level from which it was projected is called time of flight, as total time of flight is equal to time of ascent plus time of descent. Since motion of object from O to A is symmetrical to that from A to B. Therefore, capital T is equal to T plus T. Okay, or we can write capital T equal to 2T or T equal to T by 2. Capital T equal to T1 plus T2. In this condition, T1 is equal to T2 is equal to say T. At the highest point A, the vertical component velocity of object becomes 0. For vertical upward motion, since Vy is equal to Uy plus Ayt, since Vy is equal to 0 and Uy is equal to U sin theta and Ay is equal to minus G and T equal to capital T by 2. Therefore, 0 is equal to U sin theta, vertical component of initial velocity, plus minus G into capital T by 2, or 0 is equal to U sin theta minus gt upon 2, or gt upon 2 is equal to U sin theta, or T equal to 2U sin theta upon G. It is the time of flight. Equation 4. Clear? Next, maximum height represent with capital H. It is the maximum vertical height attained by the object above the point of projection during its flight. In figure, means here trajectory of projectile, here it is called capital H. Okay, so here point A. So A is the point of maximum height where y component of velocity becomes 0. Here Vy is equal to 0. Here Vx. Clear? Just for one instant, as Vy square equal to Uy square plus 2Ays. Since Vy is equal to 0, Uy is equal to U sin theta, Ay is equal to minus G, and S is capital H, maximum height. So put the values. Therefore, 0 is equal to U square sin square theta plus 2 minus G into H, or we can write 0 equal to U square sin square theta minus 2GH, or we can write H equal to U square sin square theta upon 2G. It is the maximum height. Equation 5. Clear? Next. Next, horizontal range, capital R. Horizontal range, here in the trajectory, here it is starting point, initial point, here it is final point B. So distance between O and B is called horizontal range, capital R. So it is the horizontal distance covered by the object between its point of projection and the point of hitting the ground or total horizontal distance covered by a projectile during its time of flight is called the range of projectile. Clearly, the horizontal range is the horizontal distance covered by the object with uniform velocity u cos theta in time equal to total time of flight capital T. So horizontal range is equal to horizontal velocity into time of flight. So capital R is equal to u cos theta into capital T. From equation 4, put the value of time of flight. So R equal to u cos theta into 2u sin theta upon g, or we can write R equal to u square 2 sin theta cos theta upon g. Since sin 2 theta is equal to 2 sin theta cos theta, so R is equal to u square sin 2 theta upon g. It is the range. Equation 6. Let r dash be the range of projectile when it is projected with same speed u at an angle 90 minus theta. Then using equation 6, we can write r dash is equal to u square sin 2. Put the 90 minus theta in place of theta. So 90 minus theta upon g is equal to u square sin 180 minus 2 theta upon g. We know that sin 180 minus 2 theta is equal to sin 2 theta. Hence, we get r dash is equal to u square sin 2 theta upon g is equal to r. We can say that for a given speed of projection, range is same when angle of projection is either theta or 90 minus theta, that is complementary angles. Through time of flight, maximum height and trajectories are different. From equation 6, we note that for a given speed u of the object, the value of horizontal range depends upon angle of projection theta, as g is constant at a place. Therefore, horizontal range capital R will be maximum if sin 2 theta is equal to maximum is equal to 1 is equal to sin 90 degree, or we can write 2 theta is equal to 90, or we can write theta equal to 45 degree. Therefore, R maximum is equal to u square sin 2, put the value of theta 45 upon g, or we can write R maximum is equal to U square sine 90 degree upon G, since sine 90 degree is equal to 1. So R maximum is equal to U square upon G. Range maximum at theta equal to 45 degree. Clear? Relation between horizontal range and maximum height from equation 5 and 6. Horizontal range R equal to U square sine 2 theta upon G. Here equation first, and maximum height U square sine square theta upon 2G. Equation second. So equation first divide by equation second. So R upon H is equal to U square sine 2 theta upon G, and H U square sine square theta upon 2G. U squares to U square cancel, G to G cancel. So R upon H is equal to 2 sine 2 theta upon sine square theta, since sine 2 theta is equal to 2 sine theta cos theta, or R upon H is equal to 2 into 2 sine theta cos theta upon sine square theta. Cancel sine theta to sine theta. So R upon H is equal to 4 cos theta upon sine theta, or we can write R upon H 4 cot theta. Cos theta upon sine theta is equal to cot theta, or R equal to 4H cot theta. It is important relation.